Welcome to today's weighted strength and balance class. My name's Lydia. I'll be taking the session today. I'm just going to talk through a few housekeeping rules, a few health and safety tips before we get started with the class. So if anyone feels unwell throughout, if you feel lightheaded, dizzy, faint, sick, nauseous, anything like that, then stop what you're doing immediately. Have a sit down, have a drink of water, give yourself 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes you continue to feel unwell, I would advise not completing the rest of the class. And if you feel unwell throughout the rest of the day into the evening, I would advise speaking to a health professional to get some medical advice. If anybody is injured as well, listen to your body throughout. Try not to push yourself, work within your limits. If a certain exercise aggravates your symptoms, either rest until we move on or continue an exercise we've done previously that you know doesn't aggravate those symptoms. If at any point any of you do experience any technical difficulties, usually if you leave the event and rejoin, that sorts out most of our issues, fingers crossed. Just remember that if you do have to leave and rejoin, you turn your volume up when you re-enter. And if you've got any questions either throughout the class or at the end, there's a live Q&A panel on the right-hand side of your screens. Just pop them in there and I will answer them once we've done. There's always a feedback form in there as well, so any feedback is always welcomed. So today, at this time now, is weighted strength and balance. So I have for now pushed my mat to the back of the room just so that I'm not standing on it, I'm not tripping or falling on it. We will be using it towards the end of the class, so I've just pushed it back for now. Make sure you've got enough space and a bottle of water as well to stay hydrated. Obviously, hopefully you've all got weights, but if not, you can use household items. So a heavy book, tins of beans, bottles of water, things like this, just to add that extra load. We're going to start off with a warm up and then we're going to get into it. So feet hip width apart. Slight bend in the knees. I want you to roll the shoulders back and down, lower the chin to the chest, and just roll the head from right to left. Just nice and slowly, in a semicircle, rolling that head right round. Slowly bringing the head back to the center. We're going to look over the right and left shoulders. And we keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. And then we're going to look up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Take the head all the way back and then all the way forwards. Just one more here. And then lower the right ear down to the right shoulder and just apply a little bit of pressure to the head there to increase that stretch down the side of the neck. Hold it there. Slowly bring the head back to the center and lower to the other side. Relax those shoulders down. Slowly bring that up to the center. We're going to shrug the shoulders up, and as we do, we're going to lower down into a squat position, making sure the knees are tracking over the first and the second toe. Shrug those shoulders nice and high, and then relax them as you lower down. 2 more here, and then roll the shoulders back and down. Still bending into those knees. Two more. And roll them forwards. Two more here. And we're just going to bring the arms overhead and lower them down. keeping them in line with the body. Bring them up into the center and open and close, expanding through the chest. Now just cross the arms across the chest and rotate that upper body round. One more to each side. Bring the arms across the chest and squeeze those elbows back. One more, take the hands, clasp them behind the back. We're going to push the chest forwards as we lift those arms up and then bring them in front of the body and round the spine to the back of the room. And again, right round, push that chest forwards, bring them forwards and round the spine back. Keep going. We're just going to do 2 more here. Last one. Take the hands down onto the hips and sway the hips from left to right. Warming up through the outside of those hips here, keeping a slight bend in the knees. Take the hips all the way forwards and all the way back. And then we're going to take the hips round in a circle. So right round. And circle them the other way. Bring the feet together, bend into the knees and circle the knees round now. Keeping the feet nice and flat on the floor. Circle the other way. Come back up to the center. We're going to open those hips, so bring that knee up and round. And again, same leg. Drawing like a semicircle with that knee. Up and round. And lower the leg. One more here. And change legs. Up and round with that knee. Two more. Last one. Standing on one leg, just circling the ankle round. And circling the other way. Give the leg a shake out, other side, circling round. And circling the other way. Come into standing a star shape. I want you to lower the right arm down towards the left leg and come back up to standing, and then lower the left down towards the right and back up to standing. Just warming up through the hips, through the back of the legs, through the chest and the shoulders. One more on each side here. Last one, and I want you to come into a march on the spot. Get those knees right up, nice and high. Keep the legs moving. Get those knees up, that's it. And then we're going to come into a butt kick. So we're going to bring the arms overhead and we're going to lift those heels up at the back, get them up nice and high and pull those arms down. Remember to breathe throughout. Keep a slight bend in the knees as well. Keep going here, that's it, you're doing well. Then we're going to reach the arm across the body. Really reach. Feel the stretch within the back of that shoulder as you reach across. Slight bend in the knees. Step it out as you reach across. And then we're going to reach up and overhead on the diagonal. So we're getting a stretch down the side of the body as we reach up and over. That's it. Keep going here. Reach across. And then we're going to come into a low impact jumping jack. So stepping out to the side, just bringing those arms overhead. Keeping that slight bend in the knees, really step it out. That's it, keep going. Just going at your own pace. You don't need to go at the same pace as me. Working within your limits. Keep going here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms down, grab a quick drink, everyone, stay hydrated, and then we'll get going. So this first exercise, we're going to do a lateral raise. So we're going to start with the right arm. We're going to do one arm at a time, so we just need the one weight for now for this exercise. Although we're going to keep the left arm raised the whole time. So no weight in the arm, but keeping it raised. Pull the shoulders back and down, engage the abdominals, slight bend in the knees. We raise the right arm and lower down nice and controlled. Just raise to shoulder height and back down. We've got 45 seconds on the right and then over onto the left. Off you go. Raise that up, control to lower back down. We're working the shoulder here. So we're working the deltoid muscle on the shoulder and we're working the outside of that deltoid muscle. Engage those abdominals to keep that posture and keep that left arm out. So we're working that as well. 10 seconds here. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, change arms, right arm out, off we go. Remember to breathe. We're just bringing that arm up to shoulder height. Nice and controlled as we lower. Keep a slight bend in the elbow. Breathe through it, everyone. 10 seconds, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Give those arms a shake out. Now, with this one, we're just going to grab the one weight again. You can either hold both ends in close to the body like this, or in the middle, and we hold it down between the legs, whichever's most comfortable for you. So keep the legs nice and wide, feet naturally turned out. We're going to come into a sumo squat. So we lower down into that squat position, making sure the knees are tracking over the first and the second toe. We squeeze back up to standing. Okay, make sure you lower down, you're keeping a flat back, the chest is up. 45 seconds, off we go. Lower down, squeeze, engage those glutes, engage the muscles in the legs as you come to standing. Try and keep your eye level up. That'll help to keep your chest up. If you tend to look down at the floor, it'll drop that chest and your technique won't be what we want. We want to keep flat back and that chest up. Engage those glutes, only 10 seconds with this exercise. Keep going. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're going to do a tricep extension. So, starting with the left arm, feet hip width apart. We're just going to hinge forwards at the hips and have that weight in front of the body like so. We're going to bend that elbow up so it's in close to the body and it stays next to the body there. From here, we just move the forearm. So we extend that back and we bend back into that position. Elbow stays glued to the side of the body. 45 seconds, off we go, everyone. Keep a nice flat back, engage the abdominals so you're not arching into that lower back, and drive that forearm back. Feel that tricep working at the back of the arm. Just 10 seconds here and we're straight onto the other side. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swap the weight over, into position, off we go. Drive that back. Keep that elbow nice and close to the body. Keep that in tight. Just that forearm, we're driving back, engaging that tricep. Ten seconds here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Now we are going to come into a good morning. So, one weight. We're going to take it and place it behind the head. So it's at the back of the neck. So mine's just resting on the shoulders. Obviously, I'm not going to let go because it will fall. So we keep it held there, just at the back of the neck, as you can see. Feet shoulder width apart. Slight bend in the knees. From here, keep the chest up, a nice flat back. hinge forwards at the hips, and then use the glutes, use the back of the legs to come back up into standing. Keep the neck in line with the body. Don't let the neck drop down like this. Okay, keep the chin tucked and the neck in line with the body as we lower forwards and come back up. Those knees aren't bending completely like that, just a slight bend as you go over. Okay, we know the drill from here, 45 seconds. Squeeze, engage the glutes as you come to standing. Engage the muscles in the back of the legs. If you just keep a slight bend in those knees, we're working the hamstrings. Remember, keep that head in line with the body. Don't let that drop down. 10 seconds here. Squeeze up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish this off. And lift that back overhead and into one hand. We're going to grab the other weight now. So we've got a weight in each hand. We're going to come into toe walks. So roll the shoulders back and down. Engage the abdominals. Lift the heels off. Then from there, we just walk on the toes. Okay, I don't want you to lower those heels down. I want you to stay lifted in that position. If you don't have a lot of space, we can just do it on the spot, transferring that weight from left to right. 45 seconds here. Off we go, everyone. Keep those heels lifted. Even when you're turning round, keep them lifted. We're working those calf muscles. You're working your balance as well, and your proprioception. Keep the shoulders back and down. That's it. Stay up on those toes. Got 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower them down. Just taking the one weight now. Again, in close to the body. So we're holding both ends of the weight. To make it harder, you can take a weight in each hand if you want to. Starting with the feet together, we're going to step out, lower down into that squat, and then step together. Step right out, lower down, and step those feet together. Okay, we lower that down, and we step together. Off we go, everyone. Step down, make sure the knees are tracking over the first and the second toe. That chest is staying up. Keep that eye level lifted. Remember to breathe. Push through the heels as you come to standing. Engage those glutes. Only 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So now everyone just grab a quick drink. And we're going to come down onto the mat. So grab a quick drink. Then I'm going to pull my mat out. And we're going to lower down onto the floor. That's it. Okay, so we're just going to sit on the mat to begin with, and then slowly roll down and lower yourself onto your back. From here, make sure the chin's tucked, so you're elongating the neck at the back. We're engaging the abdominals, and the feet are flat on the floor with the knees bent, hip width apart. We're going to take a weight in each hand. I'm going to do a chest press or a bench press. Okay, elbows out to the side. We're going to lift those weights overhead. So when we lift them up, I want the weights to be in line with the chest. We don't want them over the face, okay? We want them over the chest. We bend down so those elbows are hovering above the floor, and we push back up overhead. Well, over chest, so shall we say. So we lower down and we push back up. 45 seconds here. Keep those abdominals engaged. Off you go. Breathe. As you push those up, breathe out. Don't lower the elbows all the way to the floor. Just hover them above the floor as you lower down. That's it. You're doing great, everyone. Keep going here. We've got 10 seconds. Keep pushing through for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just lower the weights down to the side of you. So from here, we're going to come into a glute bridge. So I know this can be quite uncomfortable, so if you don't want to do it weighted, you don't have to. But there is the option there to do it weighted. So to do it weighted, we take the weight and you place it just on your hips, or just lower than the hips, so the weight's not digging into that hip bone. Hold it there, we lift up and we lower down. If that's too uncomfortable, take that weight off and do it without the weight, okay? We've got 45 seconds. We lift up, engage those glutes and lower down. Off you go, everyone. Engage the glutes as you lift. Keep them engaged as you lower. Remember, if it's uncomfortable having that weight in that area, then just do these body weights. Squeeze up, lower down. Keep the glutes engaged. Power through, that's it. 10 seconds here. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down to the mat. If you were using the weight, just lower it down beside you and just hug the knees into the chest and massage the lower back in towards the mat. One more exercise down here before we come back up into standing. So lower both feet down to the mat. I'm going to take both weights into the arms. We're going to have the wrists facing each other this time, and we push them up so they're above our chest. From here, we let them fall out to the side, nice and controlled, and we squeeze them back up. Just go to as far as you can and squeeze back up. You don't need to take them all the way down to the floor. I know this is a difficult exercise. Go to where you can and squeeze them back up. 4 to 5 seconds. If you need to take a break, that's fine. Nice and controlled. Lower them down, squeeze them in. That's it. Keep going here. 10 seconds. Push through. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish this one off and lower those weights down. Slowly get up from the mat and come back to standing nice and slowly in your own time. I'm going to do one more exercise before we finish off. I'm just going to push that mat back to the back of the room, and I'm going to grab a quick drink as well. So we're going to finish off with a hammer curl. So grabbing one weight, we're going to start with the right arm first and then go on to the left to finish off with a cool down, okay? So in a normal bicep curl, the wrist would face away from the body. With a hammer bicep curl, we're going to face the wrist, the right wrist towards the left hand, okay? From here, we bicep curl that up and we lower back down. We keep that elbow holding nice and tight to the body like we did with the tricep extensions. And we squeeze that bicep and control as we lower. 45 seconds with the right and then the left, off we go. Really squeeze that up. Make sure you've got your feet hip width apart. Slight bend in the knees so you're maximizing your balance. When you lift that weight up, try not to throw your body forwards and backwards. We want that muscle to squeeze that weight up itself. We don't want any momentum from the body helping that, okay? We've only got 10 seconds here. We're straight onto the left in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left side, off we go. This is our last exercise, and then we come into a cool down. Curl that up, lower down, nice and controlled. Keep that elbow in close. You can do it. We're doing great. We've worked really well. Keep going here. Final exercise. Engage those abdominals. That's it. 10 seconds. Power through. Engage that bicep. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your weights down and out of the way. Grab a drink. We'll meet back in the center to come into our cool down. Back into the center. Take the legs nice and wide and the feet just naturally turned out. We're going to take the right arm and we're going to reach up and over. Keep the shoulders stacked on top of one another. Hold it there, feel the stretch down the side of the body. And then slowly take the top arm and bring that forward. Take both hands to the front of the legs and slide them down the front of the legs as far as you can go. Relax that head, relax the neck. Keep the legs straight so you feel that stretch at the back of them. You need to nod the head yes and no. Make sure the head and neck is nice and relaxed. And then slowly take the left arm and reach up and over to the right side. So we're stretching through the side of the body here. Remember, shoulders stacked on top of one another. And back up to the center. Take the right arm across the body and pull that in. Keep that shoulder relaxed and keep that arm nice and straight as you pull it across the body. And then take that same arm, reach up and over and pull the elbow so it's in line with the head. Stretching through the triceps, which we definitely need. We work those hard today. Relax that arm down. Take the left arm across the body. Pull that in. Relax the shoulder. Keep the arm nice and straight. Feel the stretch, the back of the shoulder, down the front of the arm. Take that same arm to reach up and over and take the elbow in line with the head. The heavens have opened here and it's absolutely throwing it down now. Relax that arm down. We're going to stretch through the quads. So if you need to hold on to anything for support, then do so. Grab the back of the right ankle. Pull that up behind. Squeeze the legs together at the front and then squeeze the hips forwards. Lower that down nice and controlled. Step it back. Bend into the front knee, keeping the back heel planted into the floor. Feel the stretch down the back of that calf. To increase it, widen your stance, and to decrease the stretch, if you're feeling the stretch too much, just bring your feet closer together. And then straightening that front knee, we're going to bend the back leg, hands on that thigh, take the body over that straight leg, keeping the foot completely on the floor. Make sure the hips stay parallel. We don't want any twisting in the hips. Keep those parallel. Slowly come back up to standing. Same on the other side. So left leg now. Pull that up behind. Bend into the supporting knee and push the hips forwards. Feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. As you push those hips forwards, you'll feel that stretch increase. Relax that leg down, step it back, bend into the front knee, keep the back heel planted into the floor. Keep that back leg nice and straight as well. Nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, trying to relax here. Slowly straightening back up, straightening that front leg, bend into the back knee, hands on the thigh, and take the body over. Again, try and keep those hips parallel. Try not to have any turning, rotating in the hips. Slowly come up to standing. We're going to bring the hands together in a prayer position in front of us. Bend into the knees. We're going to take the left elbow across the right thigh. Push into that elbow and twist round to look up at the right elbow. Hold it there. Slowly come back up to standing. We're going to do the same on the other side. Right elbow over the left thigh and rotate round to look up at that left elbow. Relax the hands over the legs. Keep a slight bend in the knees. Just relax the body over and hold it there. Nod the head yes and no. So we're making sure we're not holding on to any tension in the head or the neck. And then bend into the knees and roll up through the spine to standing. I hope you all enjoyed that session, everyone.